Hello, welcome to OSA. That's Only Stupid Answers for the plebeians out there. My name is Sam Basher.
I'm DJ Woldridge.
Today we're talking about Harley Quinn, episode 5. And if you guys are having a happy holiday, let us know. Do a little toot-toot in the comments down below while I read the synopsis.
Give us a little toot.
Being Harley Quinn, episode 105. While trying to find a lair to house her crew, Harley suffers a literally paralyzing identity crisis. With the aid of Dr. Psycho's telepathic powers, the crew must enter Harley's mind to free her from her paralysis, leading to a high-stakes escape from this twisted psyche of a bona fide psycho.
So I'm going to admit that when there was the second she froze in mid, because we opened, she's getting a bunch of boxes of shirts from the Suicide Squad. They want her to join.
And she's going through with the realtor to all the different layers.
To find a lair and all that stuff. And so she has a mental break and she freezes and we're going to have to go in her mind. I was like, because it's it just feels played out. Mm-hmm. And also I have questions about mind spaces.
No.
You know what I mean?
You're trying to add logic to things that ain't logical.
It ain't logical, but I did really enjoy. I thought this was a good way about diving into aspects of Harley Quinn that other properties have not taken the time to. And I also like the revelation that she was always a handful.
Which also makes sense where I like the realization where it's she can't make a decision. That's why she freezes up.
Yeah.
And it's no, you did make a decision. You told yourself you didn't, and this was the Joker doing this to you, but you did have a hand in it. Not that doesn't invalidate what he did to you.
Yeah.
But you did choose to be in this position, and now you can choose to be someone else.
Yes.
And that's an important thing that you have the power to overtake this.
Yeah.
And I love that's a really cool lesson for this show to have. And also it gets confusing when she she rewrites her memory, but she's rewriting her origin story. She didn't start here.
Yeah.
She started here. And I love that. That's so cool. Also, evil child Harley's running around and killing people and eating stuff. Super cool. And the joke where King Shark is who would have thought that this is the perfect situation for a half man, half shark. 70% shark, mostly shark, but also a man.
So good. King Shark still remains one of the main highlights of the show. But Harley was the child of her dad was low-level mob enforcer type
but also
deal.
Someone who owes most money to the mob. He's entangled in them.
Yeah. He's dealing with some stuff, and then we've got she got a restraining order from Frankie Muniz,
who I'm guessing, as far as we can tell in the info that we got, he's not credited. It sure sounds like Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. And it seems like a joke that this show would pull, where they
11-year-old Frankie Muniz.
I think that might be one of the darkest jokes on the show, when she was like, I was gonna date him and tell him I was on birth control, but then not be on birth control and then have his kid. It's
yeah, you are
dark.
A villain.
Yeah, that's dark. And then she gets her degree. Wasn't there some shenanigans around her degree too?
Oh, she's valedictorian, and then she flips off the audience.
Oh yeah. And then
she's always been a bit of a troublemaker. Yeah. And she's a gymnast. They really hammer home that early episodes is with Poison Ivy about teaming up. It's we could team up. It's you control all plant life. I have gymnastics. We're unstoppable.
They're cool. I again, another, as much as I love King Shark, the heart of the show is the Harley Poison Ivy dynamic, which I think is really cool. Again, I'm very thankful that this show exists, because it allows, and I don't think you could do it live action. We'll see
the way they do. No, I don't think so.
Not the way they do it, but I think the closest we'll get is the Birds of Prey movie, and that'll be interesting, because while this is her trying to establish herself as a villain, it seems more finding her own heroic voice, and I like that Harley exists in this kind of in-between space, because it's something you could never do with Joker. You know what I mean? Joker has to be a bad guy.
Yeah, always. Yeah. But except for White Knight.
Yeah.
There was more ambiguous.
But that's,
That was a great comic, by the way. Batman White Knight. Check out the first volume. It's out. Where are you? In this.
Clicking the link, the Amazon link below.
Boom. But I did like it's good having an eclectic group of villains that you get to hang out with. Also, Dr. Psycho being here. In the previous episodes, we established that he needs a rework, that he kind of definitely hates women. But he's getting better.
Yeah.
I don't really care if he gets better, because he sucks as a person.
Yeah,
but I did like him being. This is the reason why he's a part of the team. That's why he has to interact with all these Z-listers, like Clayface is seen as a Z-lister because it's like he can't even commit to the bits that he tries. Like he still goes back to the hammy voice when he's Frankie Muniz. And he has to go native at one point when he's pretending to be one of the Harley zombie clones or whatever. So good. But really diving into the psyche of Harley Quinn, I thought was just it's interesting because it allows you to understand the character on a deeper level, and also for people who are casual fans of Harley Quinn, she's Joker's girlfriend who went off and did her own adventures, and this is a good it's a natural way of showing that like there's a reason a person would end up being Joker's girlfriend and his like sidekick or whatever. And reason, and that it can't just be that she was a normal person that broke. That story's happened a million times, but it's more dynamic and more creative if you come up with reasons why a person would fall for this.
She has her own
choose
stuff that
to
she
be
unpack.
around someone like that.
And I think it's the cool thing they've done with the shows like this and Margot Robbie's portrayal of the character, because it used to be Harley was like sex fetish Joker. Like that was what that was. You know what I mean? And now she's developing into her own unique character with her own unique voice that you can do shows like this with and talk about just different aspects of not only the character but also the world of this like blue collar supervillain world. You know what I mean?
And shout out to the landlord because he tries to cremate the evidence because he's been around a death cult before, and also it's fun hearing that he was a secret agent.
He has a history. You don't just get a cyborg on for no reason.
No, he's got some other secrets, and he's got a love interest. So that's such a good reveal for Suicide Squad, where it's like, it's a death cult. Like, what else would that be? Because it's supposed to be a secret too. And super good joke that the t-shirts they send are dry clean only. It's like, oh God, everyone sucks in this world.
I just realized so. As cool it is that Wanda Sykes is Queen of Fables, like she'd be a really funny Amanda Waller.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But still room. And also,
I mean, Alan Tudyk's playing like 3 or 4 characters on the show.
She can come back. She is iconic, but so is Alan Tudyk. So he brings some dynamic voices, but they still sound like him at the end of the day. Yeah, so I like that, and also you get like emotional stakes where like sometimes they stand up for each other. Like Clayface sacrifices himself as Frankie Muniz to the rabid fangirls deep in her brain. And the joke that I thought was a little like too blue, but then I rewatched this episode when he says I'm getting hard, and it's like because he's like he's clay, so when he's in a kiln he literally becomes like a piece of pottery. That was pretty good. I like the stakes that you had there. And
Batman hasn't used that one a lot on Clayface.
Which one?
Just making him hard. Just
flash
firing him.
Then he just becomes solid. But then does it kill him? Hard to say.
It's hard to say.
The rules for Clayface in this show are sometimes fast and loose. It's a little hard to figure out if he can die or if he can regrow parts of himself. Because sometimes when he does
classic, like you typically in like Batman the Animated Series and like the comics, it's classic like Brainiac, Ultron. If one piece
gets away,
you're donezo. He can come back.
Yeah, but in this, true. But we'll see in future episodes why. But then where does
the mask come from?
True.
He can't make more. Does he just get more? Whatever.
If he touches clay, can he go make it his own clay?
What happens if Sandman and Clayface make out?
Oh, whoa! Become one big thing. Even a mess. You can't get the sand out of there. That's insane. And also, whenever he does the little Tasmanian devil spin when he transforms, clay shoots everywhere, and everyone's like, God, that's disgusting. It's like, that's like parts of his skin going everywhere, and his organs.
Yep.
Yucky yucks.
Where are his organs? How does his brain work? Anyway.
2 questions that don't quite matter, but we do have them. But the big part of this episode is just figuring out who Harley Quinn is and what her motivation is, because she does want to branch out from the Joker, but why does she want to do that? And this explores that fully. And having supportive friends and colleagues. I wouldn't say Dr. Psycho's like a friend, but
he's a work acquaintance.
Work proximity associate. And they are, and you get to see that grow and change. And I'm glad that the writers, like we've said in previous reviews, that this is done with love. It's not done with like a cursory glance at the material, like a Dragon Ball Evolution, for example.
Deep cut.
But the choice to have all these characters interacting is done with a lot of love, and they're all utilized to the best of their ability.
I wish pull quotes like that could go on the box of like better than Dragon Ball Harley Quinn, better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
I mean, DC Universe. If you ever sell a box set, you are free to use that. Just credit me. You don't have to pay me. It's all good. yeah, no, so I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm excited for more episodes to see how she branches out into this DC universe and interacts with even more characters.
I'm interested to see if we also spend more time into her past, and I'm especially interested in some comics recently have dived into this, but like her as a psychologist and how that informs who she is as a person.
And which you get like in the first episode where she's talking to herself, literally to a picture, and they're like, "Hey, you talking to the picture?" And it's like, "Yeah, shh, go away." Yeah, she's dealing with something right now. I fully agree because that's one of the most interesting aspects of this character, and diving more into her history outside of the Joker, and establishing herself as an individual. It's really cool, and she's got her own lair now.
Yep,
as an abandoned mall,
which is a lot of room for activities.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot of people living there right now, so maybe go and knock that out. But also, we've got a new member of the crew. We got King Shark last episode. Now we've got the landlord.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see the landlord being a part of the team.
Yes.
Even though his arm doesn't seem like the sturdiest little piece of machinery, but I'm a big fan of him. But let us know what you think of the new characters, the new storylines. Are you liking this take of Harley Quinn? Because I sure am a big fan when animated characters or even heightened characters like comic book characters have everyday lives.
Yes.
One of my favorite parts of the Mr. Miracle comic, rather dour comic, but there are some, he gets to go to Albertsons and buy a birthday cake. Big fan of that. Anyways, check out that comic. Totally different tone from this show. And let us know what you think in the comments down below or on Twitter at Sam Basher.
At DJ Talks Trash.
At Only Stupid Answers.
Ain't got the bells from stupid.
Bing, bang, boom. Gang, we'll be doing the whole season, so please watch this, share this, and check out patreon.com/onlystupidanswers for more content. Lowest $5 a month. Don't miss out. New year, new you. Check out Patreon. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.